Down, nigga went and shot, and I never seen his face again. I did it by I bet I made this nigga run for my nigga, 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 run for my nigga. I bet I make these niggas run for my nigga just to flash off the blue seal. Cap pill. He looked at his man, and his man shield is out here. Shit hit the fan hard. I open niggas doors to their crib like the landlord. This shit wasn't planned, God. Niggas tried to come for me. I told this bitch to leave my house when she was trying to come for me. This bitch thought I dissed her, so she told her bro to run for me. Came on a fight thing, but I wasn't. I made him run for me. Yeah, I got my gun out. Told this nigga turn around. Have 5 seconds to run, or you gon' stand the ground. Took off. Face first when you heard the sound. I ain't even hit this nigga, I think the sound was sound. Nigga went and shot, and I never seen his face again. I did it by myself, I wasn't trying to catch a case again. Next day he called my phone off of my tape. Told him call my Mac. It's gonna be a bad tape. Run for my nigga, 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 run for my nigga. I run from a nigga when I ride with the fifth bro. Do a home invasion, get the fuck, tell him sit down. I didn't give a fuck about that bitch that he did down. Sitting right there and I still slap this wig out. Yellow take the place, call the corners the fastest. Niggas say they want my head, well now I'm laughing. The bitch bump to the straight lines can't pass this. And if you do, then the scene get drafted. Stressed out, who got a blunt, can you pass one? Wake up every day with docs like it's my last one. These cops better free me for a cartel. And I got more bars than the Don jail. Fucking wild, sight fit when I fuck the 9. There ain't no limit to this living, nigga. Fuck this guy, trust him why? I can't trust him, but I fucking try. Fuck these guys, I'm an ape, I bet I make these lies. Run for my nigga, 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 run my nigga, run for my nigga, run for my nigga, run for my nigga.
1804 man, it's easy on the mic with you now, man. Straight T Harley. You know what we produce to that? Yo. We them Zoes, nigga, we don't fuck around. Let them fuck around. Let them fuck around.
I wonder if there's hemp in this material. Or just like he's almost setting it on fire.
Talking all that shit, man, ain't even stepping the paint. You niggas be trying to be with you niggas, really ain't. Put all that noise like we driving in the tank. Got a couple of niggas when they see you, they gon' crank. With the real steppers, when we spot you, we gon' step. Get your ass wet, and I ain't talking about no sex. Got the AK-47, when I shoot it, I'm gon' dump it. I don't really give a fuck. Keep it to yourself, tell me I'm gon' bust. I just wanna fuck, I don't want the cup. Y'all what's up? Homeboy got a chip before the shit get real. Got the shooters down the door, jump off bitches like a pill. When I pull up at that nigga squad, hop out like what's the deal? Nigga fuck with me, I'm gonna kill the show like a brick. I don't really give a fuck, I just shoot him up with a stick. And nigga fuck with me, I'm gonna spit him down like a brick. 18. I'm just running around town. Shooting in 100 rounds. I got them trees, yeah, you know I got a pound. We them Zoes, nigga, won't fuck around. Like what you saying, J? I got a chopper, best believe you gon' be laying, J. When I pull up, we gon' leave valley frames, J. Got them Dracos, got them choppers, yeah, we spraying shit. Yeah, and you know I got the Mac, niggas send fucking at it. We can shoot up where you rock. Got so down the blow in your cap. You be on the go, but when it's here, we gon' tap. We gon' tap. And that's for sure, y'all. You gon' get smacked. You already know, y'all. She fought with me, cause I'm a soldier. And I keep that 40 tuck like I'm a soldier.
feel me, man? Fuck y'all niggas out there when y'all think about some real shit, man. Hell no, y'all fuck niggas, bro. Man, run up on the real soldier. I used to tell you every time.
I'm in the game, so you know I got it stick. Shoot you in your shit, my niggas down and let it roll. Run around Palm Beach with that bitch on my hip. The next nigga got an issue, they so down to take a trip. No, this ain't no game, no, this ain't no game. We be really cutting if we got them things. Nigga, you can't hang cause you a fucking lame. And if I catch you slipping, we gon' shoot you in your fucking brain. We ain't aiming at nothing, but you don't. Like nigga, leave me alone before I hop out with the chrome. Get all these hundreds, nigga, I don't need no loan. And if you rapping with no action, we gon' pull us to your home.
Man, y'all ain't ready for this shit. You feel me, man? Shout out to everybody out here in Palm Beach, you feel me? Straight eating on this bitch.
You hear that? Smell that? Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Yeah, bitch, you heard. That's what I said. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Cause I know what you about. You feel it.
A limited time offer. Save $525 over 24 months on iPhone 11 with no upfront cash and financing.
See mostly clear skies throughout the evening, and overnight we're going to dip down into the 20s, and we'll continue to see clear skies. A pretty nice night for doing a little bit of stargazing. Our overnight low tonight is 20 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy, 25 degrees, and over at Pearson Airport, a few clouds and 28. 680 News Time, 9:33.
Hundreds gathered in High Park today to honor Regis Korchinski-Paquette, who fell to her death from her apartment balcony back in May after an encounter with Toronto police.
680's Michelle Mackey has more on today's memorial service.
Prayers, calls for justice, and a celebration of life. Hundreds attended the memorial and first annual march for Regis Korchinski-Paquette. The March for Justice through Hyde Park ended with a celebration of life, with food, music, and dancing after an emotional memorial outside the apartment building where Regis fell to her death following an interaction with police.
On my sister's birthday, she came to the building where we lived. I made her sushi. That's great. And we all done together. All the memories, all the love, all the kindness that we did together, will never be forgotten.
The SIU, Ontario's police watchdog, is still investigating the May incident that led to Regis's death. In Hyde Park, I'm Michelle Mackey.
An icon for the ages, daytime television host Regis Philbin has died. 680's Tijuana Turner reports.
Regis Philbin began his career as a page for The Tonight Show in the 1950s, long before he became the co-host of Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. Throughout his 60-year career, Philbin hosted a variety of shows, including Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which earned him a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Game Show Host in 2001. Philbin once told the Archive of American Television that despite his critically acclaimed career...
Uh-oh, this music, it stopped working.
When I could've paid my rent when I was a rep with a clip was ram in my bed. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Yeah, bitch, you heard. That's what I said. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Ain't gonna play nice, you won't like how this case is. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Cause I know what you about. And I'm cutting the loose ends, cutting the loose threads. You done yet? This is your nuisance. Ready for your crew, bitch. We'll be all at dawn when I was a mess. Sipping a little excessive. Losing myself in the lake. Didn't think I bounced back. But bitch, bitch, you know that I did, y'all told me. Now I'ma prove y'all wrong undoubtedly. I'm gonna be a legend by the time I go to sleep. When I'm 6 feet deep, my name will keep its legacy. Yeah, bitch, I'ma make my history. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Yeah, bitch, you heard. That's what I said. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. They good, I play nice, you won't like how this cat is. What you got to prove? You think you make a move, but I ain't see you once you pay your dues. Like my eyes snooze on your tracks. Could've stayed at second glance. First time around, lax. I'm speaking facts, not talking facts. I got the assets. Only thing you got is an ass, and I'm about to leave it close to fast, like a dick in a nutsack. Bitch, I'ma make you trust it. Your existence, blink once and miss it. Split second grip this flinch and twist, yeah. Go get pissed, bitch, yeah. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Yeah, bitch, you heard. That's what I said. Watch your mouth. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Ain't gonna play nice, you won't like how this cat is. Watch your mouth. 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 Yeah. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Motherfucker, let's see you.
Yeah.
And fears that Ottawa might terminate the CERB after its latest extension into October. Meantime, the province is lifting its emergency comes to an end. That decision means the landlord and tenant boards can resume its operations whenever it's ready.
Whenever it's ready, yeah.
The heat warning continues for Toronto, with scorching temperatures expected to last until Monday. Today's guaranteed high was 30 degrees, and we hit that around 4 o'clock this afternoon. 680 meteorologist Jason Fraser says the humidex could crack 40 tomorrow.
We want to remind folks that never ever leave children or pets inside of a car. Literally within 10 minutes, you could have the temperature increase anywhere from 10 to upwards of 15 degrees inside your car. And that's in addition to whatever the air temperature is outside. That, of course, can be a dangerous combination for either your children or the pets that are left inside your cars.
Jason says cooler and less humid air is on the way for Tuesday, so keep listening to 680 for weather forecasts every 10 minutes on the ones.
680 News Time 9:39, 1 week after it was covered in pink paint. The statue of Edgerton Ryerson has been vandalized again. This time, he's been painted a light seafoam green. Ryerson University is named after him, and he's infamous for being a key architect of the Canadian residential school system. Last week, 3 people were arrested in connection to the painting of pink paint and were held by Toronto police overnight.
Stateside now, where U.S. agents have marched in a line down a street in Portland, Oregon, to clear out protesters assembled outside a federal courthouse. ABC's Andrew Dimber says the federal agents deployed by U.S. President Donald Trump have arrested dozens of people during days of demonstrations against racial injustice.
In Portland, Oregon, protests press on. Overnight, a wall of veterans forming in front of the courthouse in an effort to protect protesters. All of this coming after the Department of Justice announced that 18 people arrested during riots are now facing a range of criminal charges, including the assault of federal officers.
The protests have rocked Portland and pitted local officials against the Trump administration. Trump now vowing to send thousands more federal agents into American cities to quell violent crime.
Now the 680 News gas price update, and Pro predicts the price of gas will rise a cent at midnight, going up to just under $1.06 a liter at most GTA stations. Traffic coming up in 30 seconds. 680 News Time 940.
On July 26th, the Today Showstopper will be a TSC exclusive. The powerful Dyson Cyclone V10 Motorhead cordless vacuum bundle. Its detachable handheld unit takes on big spills, while its fully sealed filtration system traps microscopic dust. And its recharging dock holds your accessories while providing up to 60 minutes of vacuum power. Watch for it on July 26th when it's the Today Showstopper. Shop TSC.ca. Today's shopping choice. 680 News Time 9:41 with a look at your drive. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Bell Mobility. So southbound DVP, it's still busy as you approach the Richmond ramp to the Lakeshore ramp. This is where you're going to get forced off onto Lakeshore if you continue going south. Westbound Gardner is closed from the DVP to Young Bay York. That's going to be in place until just about midnight. We also have delays because of construction on the westbound 401 now through Bennett Road, where the right lane's been blocked off. It's slow. Through Kennedy and the Collectors, the left lane is blocked. And if you want to avoid this, and you don't need to be in the Collectors through Kennedy, you can transfer into the Express approaching McCowan and avoid it. Express is moving well. Crews now on the westbound 401 through Avenue and the Collectors blocking the right lane, and the ramp 2 Avenue is in the process of being closed. Toronto-bound QEW, as you approach North Shore, the right lane's blocked for construction. We're seeing delays from just after the Burlington Skyway, and then eastbound on the Garner, still with slowdowns approaching Parkside to the Jameson ramp. Eastbound Lakeshore, closed for active TO Windermere to Stadium Road. Bell stores have reopened to help with all your smartphone needs. Did you know you can book an appointment at a Bell store? Visit bell.ca/appointments for details. Your next report is at 9:51 with the forecast. Here's Jason Fraser.
Well, we'll continue to see mostly clear skies throughout the evening. It'll be a pretty nice night overall, and the low temperature will dip down into the 20s. And then for tomorrow, we're going to start out with some pretty nice skies. We're talking about mostly clear skies. It'll continue to be warm, and hence the reason why we have that heat warning in effect. The humidex will be in the low 40s, and we'll top out in the mid-30s. And then tomorrow night, we'll see increasing clouds and a slight chance for some rain developing. Low temperature 20 degrees. Our overnight low tonight is 20 degrees.
And right now we're sitting at 25 degrees, feeling like 30 with the humidity under a partly cloudy sky. 680 News Time 9:43. Toronto police are asking for your help to find a missing teenager. Kenzie Elba Howdy, a 14-year-old girl, was last seen Friday night at 7 o'clock near York Mills Road and Fenson Drive. She's described as having a thin build and wavy brown shoulder-length hair. Anyone with information regarding her is asked to contact police, and you can see a photo of Kenzie on the Toronto Police Twitter site. Still to come on 680 News, Hurricane Hannah makes landfall in Texas, packing winds over 145 kilometers an hour. 680 News Time, 9:44.
Visions Electronics is fast-forwarding the clock and turning back the prices because Black Friday is in July. Huge Black Friday savings in every department. Way early. Flat screens to home audio, car audio to laptops. Save up to 90% off. In-store, curbside pickup or delivery. Check the flyer at visions.ca for details. Black Friday savings without all the winter. Black Friday in July at Visions Electronics. Sale on now for a limited time.
If we've learned one thing lately, it's the importance of looking out for each other. That's why for the Honda Checkered Flag event, we worked hard to lease you a nicely equipped 2020 Honda CR-V LX for just $78 weekly at 2.99% and zero down, including the $750 Honda bonus. Having the CR-V assembly line in Ontario helps out too, and it even keeps me, the voice on the radio, well, on the radio. So thanks for that too. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It's 25 degrees with a partly cloudy sky. Good evening. I'm Christine Ritchie. Thanks for joining us tonight. Here are the top stories this hour. Hundreds walked and gathered for a memorial to honor 29-year-old Regis Korchinski-Paquette. Paquette died back in May after she fell from her apartment balcony during an incident with Toronto police. And Peel police say they arrested 2 suspects last night, but are looking for 2 more and need the public's help. Police say the suspect stole a pickup truck with a little girl inside. During the police pursuit, they fired shots and threw the girl from the truck. She's okay. Police say the suspects are also wanted for robberies of banks and pharmacies in the GTA. You can see their photos on our website. Tributes are coming in for Regis Philbin. The American TV host died of natural causes about a month before his 89th birthday. 680 News Time, 9:46. Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 5. Got the fan. Here's Josh Goldberg.
Thanks very much. And looking for their second win in as many nights to start this 60-game Major League Baseball season. The Blue Jays tied things up with the Rays 1-1 in the 7th, courtesy of a Reese McGuire solo homer. But things unraveled for Sam Gaviglio in the bottom of the 8th inning as he gave up a 2-run triple to Brandon Lau and then balked home a runner from third to make it 4-1. The Rays would retire Toronto in order in the 9th to set up the rubber game.
You have Tim Hortons delivered via Uber.
Get the fuck away from the mic.
Get the fuck away from the mic.
Now I'm about to put y'all with some new shit. Get the fuck away from the mic. Flip that shit. They got me like the new gold in the house. You got 25 Nation in the house. The wild ass Onyx niggas in the house. It's about to be your best thing. I wanna be down. Beating up the motherfucking streets now. I'ma break up on the only swollen authority one. Who's on party one? You fuck with the only one. Ask the only one. Ass with fast, slow, ass don't have flow. Heard a nurse pull a still toe out your asshole. Even a black, she's on your path. And when your punk ass boyfriend, you get who's what next? Well, this woman and one nigga with one yeah, one's a straight big shit. Like the day was tomorrow, yesterday. It ain't just your neighborhood a hoe. So in a roll, it goes your whole motherfucking zip code. A real nigga coming up, rip the room wherever can't suck you later. The bitch fuck you sooner. I play a trooper like a party pooper, shoot you and it's a boot you got low, so I know so much getting stupid. Hey yo, you flip the shit. I don't want that shit. Tell me something about it. Yo, you flip that shit. You flip the shit. But I don't want that shit. The studio power. That's how you flip that shit. Eric C. Just Wayne. Yo, you flip the shit. I don't want this shit, nigga. You flip that shit. You niggas better leave the fucking state. No need to masturbate. Fucking with Biggie, it's time to castrate. It's covering time. When I rip rhymes, I punch cuts like very fine, and I'm still thirsty. Niggas wanna hurt me. 6-pack maniac, coke checks and max black. Check the stats. What the fuck? I go over cuts like Riddick Bowe, and I'm wicked with the slow flow. You know, I'm pressing hard. I'm leaving creases, cutting the bodies and talking to the pieces. It gets deep, kid, deep enough to touch the bone. Brooklyn zone, Al Capone. Get stoned off the blunt when it's still with the skunk. Get drunk and do a demolition to punk and all chumps that scream at my shit don't thump. They catch lumps and bumps. I put the shaker in your rump. Hey, yo, you flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. I don't want this shit, nigga. You flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. I don't want this shit, nigga. You flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. But I don't want that shit, nigga. You flip that shit. Hey, yo, you flip that shit. Hope you flip that shit. I don't want that shit, nigga. You flip that shit. Hey, yo, special request. Big up in your chest. That's my nigga West. My Buddha says, motherfucking bees snap. Watch your step when I wake and I nod. Third eye spot, we're thinking that's like word up, yo. Have you heard of this? Murderous gunslinger, nigga swinging. I'm meant to bring a drama. From tomorrow, touch roll, motor, smoke the blood. I'm a skunk and I get funky like vanilla. I'm in the Bronx, where we represent intelligent, militant, dead use 100%. Hey, yo, fuck yourself, but that's nonsense. I keep blasting the cemetery. Let's get it. And a nigga West is on a mission. I don't be bullshitting. I'll stomp a mud hole in your butthole. I rip and I flip that. Quick, like you should've let me get that. Man, I don't wanna take this shit. So you flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. I don't want that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. Hey, nigga, you flip that shit. Nah, you flip that shit. I don't want that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. Hey, you flip that shit. I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit either. Nigga, you flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. You flip that shit. And I don't want that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. Yo, give me that shit. You fucking bald-headed man. What they evil nasty ass. Yeah, that shit they burn their ass. No access to ass. That's what they got on that. I'm throwing niggas going, I'm throwing my mouth on my time. Baby, you never fucking find. Niggas know we fucking wow. So he's wow. Yes, in the matchup. The black that dies. With a fucking water, raise hell and make the white man homie mask. 666. It needs to represent the plaster. Come on the radio. They close your ears for read my lips are lips, and if you even want to leave it strung like It was on the tip of my tongue when I was stuck between my teeth. I can't scream for I look about it. Think that's how big. It must be stuck on glass face just like his motherfucking mother. Yeah, she swallowed the baby, saying you suck motherfuckers every place. Man, you flip that shit. You flip the shit, but I don't want that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. Yo, flip that shit. Why you flip that shit? I don't want that shit. You flip that shit. Yo, you flip that shit. You flip that shit. I don't want that shit. Yeah, you flip that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. I don't want that shit. Nigga, you flip that shit. You better flip that shit.
Yeah, you know that reading black guy. He ain't no fucking battle rapper. He ain't no fucking good rapper. His tracks are trash, bro. Yeah, his tracks are trash, bro. Man, what I said. Yeah, you know that reading black guy. He ain't no fucking battle rapper. He ain't no fucking good rapper. His tracks are trash, bro. Yeah, his tracks are trash, bro. Man.
Yo, I'm stuck high with a razor and Kevin Nash with a diesel, like all the lyrics are evil. Headed to the ring, see my nigga walking like D-Lo. Feet 5'4" like a giant, bigger than Big Show. All I really know is how to stunt. And who the treat at the end of the month. Now I'm passion. Free time more the end of the blunt. They say they MCs, most of them just rhyme off one syllable. Listen to the beats and you wonder how were they killable. I'm so down to earth, we were living in minerals. When there's a maximum sentence, niggas ain't getting minimum. Criminal records getting numbers, we couldn't visit them. Trying to have faith, but Mo was looking like Little Kim. In that mind situation, they can play in no middleman. Take it to the source, like Pacino and Eminem. Trick ain't no niggas but pay them, so they defending them. I hate these dick riders, also switch-siders. Try to keep the fire contained like big ladders. My nigga in and out of Miami, that's Swiss Priors. When the fuck's why I've been rapping for Rough Riders. I need my credit now, 50 bands for the fire. I watched my lawyer in court, said you're hired. I heard the Gully Demon tape, I was inspired. What up, love, you want the airless like Giallo. Through the city where the dark clouds follow. Jets to Vegas, my girl stretching naked. This world crazy to survive, you need mental patience. Some never make it. Cause weather changes, control planets when the cold flow demonstrated. Ride no waves, choose to stay true. Salute the DJ when my music's played. Shallow graves, we cruise get laid. Watch dudes get paid. Smoke a blunt while my suit gets made. Top dollar when you pay the best. I've been sinning more, praying less. Blindfolded while I'm playing chess, placing bets. Prepared when I take the test. I'm the reason you can lay the rest. Yo, I cook so much that I can feed the masses. Write the gospel, speak the passage, see the madness. Sam Rothstein flicking out casino ashes. I coach the squad like Cito Gas.
Vito Rizzuto was the head of the Montreal Mafia. He was a man with many enemies, but Rizzuto died of natural causes.
What do you say to the Rizzuto Mafia? That's got a clan.
A secret order dedicated to Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours. You violate what you know about this life, and you're gonna burn in hell like the saint is burning in your hands.
Ruckus. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Cause I'm getting on now, niggas wanna hate. Cause cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, bow, bow. Had more respect, so they crack not rap as people forget, cause they blast you with a Mac, and that's that. It's fucked up how niggas want my head over fame. It's a shame, cause I love their minds. Insane like G, but not quite like me. One of a kind, on my grind. Fuck yeah, I'm a hood hopper. I'm well known all over. My niggas is connected with AJ. Every day's payday. Mervin will kill you if you kill me and burn your kids. Paranoid, keep a 9 mil, make your guts spill. Lay there in a pool full of blood. You're a fraud. Your life's on pause. Man, that man is next. Don't ain't heard none yet. Life dedication. Malcolm X invasion. Black Zion and Honey's a diva. Plus striking. The only one there when I touch my first million. Fuck your reasons. You don't listen. Be strong. My career is in God's hand, not mine. And definitely not yours. We're hard to the core, dear Lord. We've been here
one dog.
impossible to survive death more than 20 times. And top crimes. You're worse than Dan. B.I.G. ready to die. Thug like Park 50 before he got shot. Waiting for them shots. Ain't afraid of nothing. Listen, little bitch, come get it. I can't be a conscious rapper. All my life being a gangster, mobster, fucking monster. Fuck you haters. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. You can't shoot me down. No, click, click, pow, pow. No. Guns. That's what I got. Used to guns. 10 guns before. Bobby Shmurda, 20 guns. T.I. You can tell who the real niggas is. Shit is real bitch ass niggas. Stop threatening fucking bullshit online. Come in real life. With it. Limitless. Try to dumb it down for these niggas and be conscious. But this is real life shit. You gotta talk about it, nigga. Yeah, Ruckus. RapTillDeathRecords.com. Malcolm X video. We'll be on Much Music. We'll be on Vivo. We'll be everywhere in the fucking world, nigga. Either you like it or not. Hate it.
They say that money is power, but let me give you a lesson. Got so much anger inside, it's something partially stressing. Had this holding with power, I can't find the source. Fundraising the serial killer, we show no remorse. A psychopathic mentality with the patient brutality, enterprising the...
Yeah, that's right. Let's go.
And mama know she didn't raise no Twitter. Follow me just like a fan on Twitter. You know I'm gonna get hot just like a carrot top. If you let me get your goddamn man. Yeah. Mama know she didn't raise no Twitter. Follow me just like a fan on Twitter. You know I'm gonna get hot just like a carrot top. If you let me get your goddamn hands up. Like listening, teach you some discipline. The ABSTRAKTO. Still rep your feds laws. Don't come out at the door. No gangsters like an old Iron Man. There's only scars. Come with the verbal bar. Y'all sound like kids. Blow your mind all the time with a freestyle the rhythm.
Double up. So sad, get close, we get close, we ready. So sad, you
get close when we riding. Don't get close, we get close when we riding. If I ain't in the hood, then I'm OT grinding. I'm run at the spot where the cops can't find nobody knows. Where the cops can't find them, on the run at the spot where the cops can't find them. If I ain't in the hood, then I'm OT grinding. On the run at the spot where the cops can't find them. Low key. Where the cops can't find them, on the run at the spot where the cops can't find them. Living life as a fugitive who really wants to hurt me. Enough people following me, my old fam dissing me. Love is like a mystery, I ain't got shit to be. I'm on my own, you think they care if I fucking breathe? God bless me, and I ain't even in the mood to sneeze. Mood to squeeze, check
Hundreds took part in the first annual Memorial and Walk for Justice. Suspect descriptions have been released after last night's brazen shootout, carjacking, and child kidnapping in Mississauga.
He's been called everything from an icon to a legend. Fans around the world are remembering Regis Philbin.
You're not out,
Canadian
shut the
celeb is
fuck
offering a
up.
reward to anyone who can help a Vancouver woman find her
Yeah,
missing bear.
name all 50
Sam
states
Gavilio
for
falters
$500.
late as the Blue Jays fall to the
Double up
Rays
on
at
that. Would you be
Tampa,
willing
which
to
is
bet
part of
double
a
up on
busy
that?
Saturday in Major League Baseball. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, changes at Timmy's. We're looking at how Tim Hortons is revamping some of its breakfast
State of
offerings and
emergency,
whether or not
state
it
of
has anything to
despair.
do with trying to bring customers back in the morning.
6 City News Time 10:01. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig here.
This report is brought to you by Friday Harbor. Let's start with the construction first on the Toronto-bound QEW. So as you approach North Shore, they're still working in the right lane. So delays as you go through this construction. It's not terrible any longer, but it is still in place. And then continuing on to the eastbound corridor, we're seeing slowdowns once again from Park Lawn all the way through to the Jameson ramp. This is helped out by the fact that we have a stone vehicle approaching the Jameson ramp, blocking the right lane. We have tows on scene, we're seekers on scene. Traffic spotters are telling me it's a police vehicle that seems to be stalled on the eastbound corridor approaching Jameson, so delays are still there. Also, active TO underway. Eastbound Lakeshore is closed from Windermere to the stadium for the next hour, and that's why we have some volume left over here on the eastbound corridor. It's taking the brunt of it. Southbound DVP, as you approach the Richmond ramp, you'll start to slow, and then single file onto the Lakeshore ramp. This is because the westbound corridor is closed DVP to Young Bay, York until midnight. So if you don't need to get down to Lakeshore, jump off at Richmond or even Bayview Bloor and maneuver your way into the downtown core that way. On the westbound 401, we have construction through Kennedy and the collectors. The left lane's blocked off and it's still slow. You don't need to be in the collectors here. Transfer to the express approaching McCown and you'll avoid it. Get away to the nest at Friday Harbor and award-winning golfers paradise. Book your tea time today. Friday Harbor, come out for the day or a lifetime. Friday, I'm in love. Your next report is at 10:11 with the forecast. Here's Jason Fraser.
Well, tonight's going to end up being a pretty nice night across the GTA. We'll see mostly clear skies, maybe one or two clouds, but no rain to talk about. And the temperature, though, is going to remain above normal. Our normal low this time of year is about 15 degrees. We'll dip down into the 20s. Our overnight low tonight is 20 degrees.
And right now in downtown Toronto, 25 degrees, feeling like 30 with that lovely humidity. We have a partly cloudy sky. 680
Humidity. What the fuck is that? Like a
Dad, friends, and family continue to call for answers in the death of Regis Kraczynski Paquette. Hundreds gathering outside her home today for a special service in her memory.
680's Michelle Mackey has more on the ceremony in High Park.
Hundreds attended the memorial and march for Regis Korchinski Paquette as her family called for justice for their sister, cousin, and daughter.
Shame, bullshit. Makes me sick.
Regis, an Afro-Indigenous woman, fell to her death from the 24th floor of a High Park high-rise in May following an interaction with police. And while the SIU, Ontario's police watchdog, is still investigating the incident, Regis's aunt says the support from the public has helped her through this time of grief.
I'm so grateful and so honored. I'm so happy that so many people have come out to honor my niece's unfortunate demise.
The memorial ended with the release of 29 doves to honor the life of 29-year-old Regis Korchinski Paquette. In High Park, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time 10:04. Peel police have arrested 2 suspects involved with last night's shooting, carjacking, and are now asking for the public's help in finding the remaining 2 suspects. That all happening in Mississauga last night, where the 4 accused were involved with a series of bank and pharmacy robberies from Barrie to Kitchener and various places in between. Ridwan and Zachariah Belmar were arrested last night after they abandoned a car that they stole with a child inside. Police pursued them after a shootout, chasing them to Eglinton and Credit View. You can see pictures of the 2 remaining suspects on our website at 680news.com. 680 News Time 10:05. He was an actor, singer, host, and beloved TV personality. Regis Philbin's family has confirmed he died peacefully in his sleep over the weekend at age 88. 680's Tijuana Turner reports.
You should be singing some fucking karaoke, Tijuana Turner. Over with the Goonies. No, you can't do that. That'd be a racial stereotype. I spent my whole life not doing that. Good for you. I'm gonna make the joke every goddamn time I hear your name too. Tijuana Turner. How are you not singing karaoke? You should be wasted off Cuervo, drinking, singing karaoke, smoking, drink, whatever. Smoke and drink enough fucking tequila, you end up Tijuana. Do anything in Tijuana, I don't know if you end up singing karaoke. I think karaoke is actually a Spanish word. Probably slang for crazy chinos.
Stage 3. So I must urge all Canadians, particularly younger adults, to not give into COVID-19 fatigue.
Dr. Teresa Tan says over the last week, more than 60% of new cases were in younger adults, people under the age of 39, and nearly a third of that group now in hospital. Those trends continuing in the province today, with 138 new cases of COVID-19 being reported, 33 of which are coming from Windsor and Essex, the region with the highest rate of cases in Ontario. Yesterday, Premier Doug Ford said he's looking into making testing mandatory for farm workers, as testing in that sector still falling short. Overall, the province just hit another milestone, with more than 2 million tests being processed since the start of the pandemic.
Meantime, COVID-19 is showing no signs of fading globally, with close to 16 million confirmed cases and 640,000 deaths.
The US has had the most cases since the start of the pandemic, with more than 4.1 million confirmed, followed by Brazil at nearly 2.3 million and India with more than 1.3 million. For the first time in 4 months, South Korea has reported more than 100 new coronavirus cases, many of which came from outside sources, including 36 workers returning from Iraq and 32 crew members of a Russian freighter. South Africa, Africa's hardest hit country, reported more than 13,000 new confirmed cases, raising its total to over 408,000. In Australia, Victoria's State Premier Daniel Andrews announced 357 new cases.
I'm very sad to report a further 5 Victorians have passed away.
Victoria, where the death toll has risen to 61, earlier closed its border with neighbouring New South Wales. I'm Karen Chamas.
Neighbouring
680 News Time 10:08. Back at home, mandatory mask bylaws have been in effect in places like Toronto and Calgary for over 2 weeks. But it might have you wondering, what is the proper way to don a face covering during the pandemic?
Infectious disease expert Dr. Craig Jenny at the University of Calgary says there are some no-nos.
You don't have to go far out in the community to find somebody who has put on a mask and decided to have it under their nose for some reason. And again, simply having a piece of fabric on your face is not the same as properly using a non-surgical mask.
It has to tightly cover your mouth and nose. Don't touch the outside, and when putting it on and taking it off, wash or sanitize your hands before and after touching. If you have a fabric mask, it can be thrown in the washing machine. Disposable ones should be carefully placed in the trash in a way that others won't be contaminated. I'm Cindy White.
680 News Time 10:09. After being joined by teammates to kneel during last night's national anthem, Blue Jays outfielder Anthony Alford says he wants to be a voice for those who don't have his platform. Alford was among the 4 Blue Jays players who took a knee on Friday. He says he wants athletes and other people to educate themselves on the subject.
I hope they really just educate themselves. What's going on in those black communities or those minority communities, educate themselves on systematic
Who
racism.
the fuck are
Alfred says
you?
he's going to keep fighting this fight with the people who have been oppressed for so many years.
Seafoam green paint has been splattered onto the statue of Edgerton Ryerson. This would be the second time the statue has been tagged, the first happening last weekend during the Black Lives Matter demonstration. 3 protesters were arrested by Toronto police and charged with multiple offenses, including 3 counts of mischief. There's also been a lot of back and forth over the years between students and school officials about the statue and the name of the university. Ryerson played a significant role in the creation of Canada's residential school system.
You say they
A
like
mini
you're proud
heat
of them.
wave will be around for the next few days, with UNS values rising into the high 30s and potentially cracking 40 tomorrow. 680's meteorologist Jason Fraser says with a heat warning in place, you're going to need to stay hydrated.
The other thing I want to remind folks about today is drinking plenty of water. We tend to see an increasing risk of dehydration whenever it gets this warm. The other thing that we tend to see risk of is people potentially getting sick as well. So what you want to do is you'll want to make sure that you dress in very loose-fitted, light-colored clothing today.
Stay tuned to 680 News for full weather forecasts every 10 minutes on the ones.
Helping you navigate our new world.
And looking forward to when life resumes.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day. This is 680 News.
Now time for the 680 News gas price update. Ever predicts the price of gas will rise 1 cent at midnight, going up to $1.05.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Traffic and weather together next.
The Hyundai Shift into Drive sales event is coming to a close. You have until July 31st to take advantage of 0% financing.
Simple-minded people. Automatic transmission. What are you going to call the gear? Drive.
Up for any summer adventure
Serious.
Tucson or
You're
the tech
driving.
connected
What
to
is
you
for
on
the
Ultra.
drive?
Visit your local dealer today or shop online from the comfort of your home with Hyundai Express Shopping. Visit your dealer or HyundaiCanada.com for details.
That's not 1, 2, 3. It's D1, D2, D3. What's the call?
680 News time 10:11. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Sportsnet. So let's start on the Toronto-bound QEW. So
there
delays are
pedestrians on the
eased,
road?
but we still have construction as you approach North Shore coming off the Burlington Skyway. Toronto-bound, it's 2 left lanes now that they have blocked off. And then continuing on to the eastbound Gardner. These delays should improve somewhat, but it's still slow from approaching Park Lawn through to the Jameson ramp, partly in part because of active TO. So eastbound Gardner, the ramp to eastbound Lakeshore Park Lawn is closed, and then eastbound Lakeshore is blocked itself from Windermere to Stadium Road. That's going to be lifted at around 11 o'clock tonight. So we'll just, less than an hour to go. We'll let you know. It should be soon. Eastbound Gardner, we did have a stalled vehicle approaching Jameson blocking a lane, but that's been cleared now. So these delays will improve just a tiny bit. But with the Lakeshore closed, the Gardner is still busy. Southbound DVP is slow approaching the Richmond ramp, all the way down to the Lakeshore ramp. It's single file to get to the Lakeshore ramp. This is because the westbound Gardner is closed from the DVP to Young Bay York until midnight, so the DVP is still backed up. So if you don't have to get onto the Lakeshore, maybe take Richmond or Bayview Bloor to navigate through the city. Westbound 401 at Kennedy and the Collectors, they have the left lane blocked for construction, and it's a slow one. Top of our game with Tara Sloan featuring influential women in and around sports. Sundays at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Sports Network. Your next report is at 10:21. Here's the forecast with Jason Fraser.
Well, after a pretty nice day across the GTA, we'll continue to see a pretty nice night, and we'll see temperatures dipping down into the 20s. It's still going to be a very warm night. Hence the reason why we still have that heat warning in effect. And for tomorrow, we're going to continue to see a very humid air mass push across the GTA. The humidex will top out in the low 40s, but the air temperature will top out in the mid 30s. And then tomorrow night, we'll see some clouds develop, as well as the slight chance of seeing some rain. We'll see the low temperature right around 20 degrees. Our overnight low tonight is 20 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy, 25 degrees, but feeling more like 30 with the humidity. And at Pearson Airport, similar conditions, 26 degrees, but feeling more like 30. Still to come on 680 News.
It's a heartbreaking loss for a young woman who had already lost her mother last year. Vancouver native Ryan Reynolds and others stepping up to help the young woman find a precious memento.
680 News time 10:14.
Walk into your bathroom today and ask yourself a tough question. Is this the bathroom you really want?
You're gonna go to fucking sports.
Or is this the bathroom you're stuck with?
AGMinnovation.com.
Except you're not stuck with it. AGN can renovate your bathroom, any bathroom, in 2 weeks. Talk to us about your new bathroom before the end of July, and you'll get a huge freaking discount.
AGN Renovations.
Maybe you should have the bathroom you want. Summer. For many, their favorite
all this stuff out of the place, right?
For many, their favorite SUV.
If I don't take your money up front, I haven't committed any crime. We're just having this list of what work was asked
cheap models along with 0% financing for 84 months. And up to $2,000 loyalty bonus cash for current finance and lease customers. The Jeep Summer Clearance Event. Your two favorite things together again. See your Jeep dealer for details.
This is All News Radio. 680 News.
A few clouds and
I want
25
rumors
degrees
and
in
innuendo
downtown
radio.
Toronto. Good evening. I'm
They
James
got
Bennett. Here's what's
theories
making
and,
news this hour. 29 bells were released in Hyde Park today to
daydreams.
honor the life of 29-year-old Regis Krasinski the cat, who fell to her death following an interaction with Toronto police back in May. Hill Regional Police have released more information on two suspects wanted as part of Friday's brazen shooting and carjacking in Mississauga. Photos of the accused can be available and found online at the 680 News website. You'll be able to beat the stifling heat with a late-night dip this evening. You still got a bit of time. Outdoor city pools staying open until 11:45 tonight. 680 News Time, 10:15. Now, 680 Sports and Sportsnet. I'm Nani the Fan. Here's Josh Goldberg.
Looking for their second straight win to start the 2020 season. Blue Jays fell behind 1-0 before Reese McGuire tied things up with a solo homer. But Sam Gaviglio let things slip away in the 8th inning, giving up a 2-run triple and blocking in a run. And manager Charlie Montoyo said location was Gaviglio's big issue.
Wasn't locating stuff. Yeah,
You could say you could always cop out with that.
He just didn't locate his pitches. And give me the price.
The Jays went on to lose 4-1 to Tampa, setting up Sunday's rubber game at the Trop, which you can hear on Sportsnet 590 The Fan beginning at 1 o'clock. Other finals from random leagues: Atlanta, St. Louis, the Angels, the Phillies, the Brewers, the White Sox, and the Cardinals victorious among others. And to get the full MLB scoreboard, head over to Sportsnet.ca. And at long last, disgruntled New York Jets safety Jamal Adams has gotten his wish as the team has dealt him to the Seattle Seahawks for a big-time haul with Bradley McDougald, a pair of first-round picks, as well as a third-rounder coming back to New York for the All-Pro. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
Alexa, contract actually use them. We don't mean shit. You don't actually do anything, so they don't owe you anything.
Obviously.
They just stop paying you to play it anymore. You couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. You don't know if they'll search for days or
But
months.
they don't own anything
Now see a
except the right to hire
130-day
you
mortgage
to
rate
do
guarantee from BMO, the longest of any major bank, so you can take your time without
There's no
funding.
money to
Is this
spend.
still my fortune? Nah, it's just good advice, but it's more impressive in my
Like,
spooky
not
voice.
rated salary.
When a bank gives you mortgage peace of mind, that's the BMO effect. Visit BMO.com. Plus, get up to $3,000 in a cash bonus with your new mortgage. Terms and conditions apply. Longest rate guarantee of any major bank is on March 1st.
Isn't it time to give your couch a break? Head down to the Lavazza Drive-In Film Festival at Ontario Place, July 20th to 31st. Under the stars, sharing emotion, together again, a lineup of the latest and greatest films representing 10 countries: Italy, France, Russia, Brazil, UK, USA, India, China, Canada. Lavazza Drive-In Film Festival. Tickets on sale now at icff.ca.
680 News Time, 10:18. A young woman's heartbreaking tale of loss is drawing support from across the country, most notably from one of Vancouver's biggest celebs. 680's Lisa Stacey has more on the theft of a bag which has left the young woman without a cherished keepsake from her mother.
Mara Soriano lost her mother to cancer last year.
She had given me this Build-A-Bear with a lovely recording of her saying that she loved me and that she was proud of me and that she would be with me wherever I was.
On Friday, while moving apartments in Vancouver's West End, her backpack containing the bear and all of her most precious possessions was stolen. Her loss prompting a major outpouring of support on social media. It's also spurred Vancouver native Ryan Reynolds into action, offering $5,000 for the return of the cherished keepsake. I'm Lisa Stacey.
Use the Reynolds wrap there.
680 News is working for you to get you answers on everything you need to know about COVID-19. Some listeners want to know if swimming pools are safe to use or if there's a risk of getting the virus through the water. We got that answer from Toronto's Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Renita Dubé.
The chlorinated or bromine pools will likely be strong enough to be able to kill the virus in the actual water. The bigger risk in a pool, though, is maintaining that physical distance. So if you have a very crowded pool and you're close to individuals, even in a pool situation, you could be talking to someone in a pool or someone could cough and you could spread the virus that way. The other thing about pools is to manage the change room areas, you know, to make sure that we can keep that physical distance in those places. But the water itself, it's not likely to be a way that this virus is going to spread.
You can get any of your questions answered as well. Simply send them in through a direct message on Instagram or call the 680 listener line at 416-872-6800. 680 News Time 10:20. Civil rights icon and longtime Georgia Congressman John Lewis is being remembered in ceremonies in the rural Alabama county where his story began. ABC's Rachel Scott has more.
John Robert Lewis returning to Selma one last time. His casket lying inside the historic Brown Chapel AME Church that once served as a refuge for the civil rights icon.
Ow, 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 ow.
It was here in Selma in 1965 when 25-year-old John Lewis put his body on the line for voting rights. One of 600 peaceful demonstrators marching with silent conviction. Lewis, hit with a billy club, left bloodied and fractured as state troopers moved in.
Lewis' flag-draped casket is to be carried across the St. Selma Bridge tomorrow as well. 680 News Time 10:21. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Greg Gear.
It's a slow Saturday because of active TO closures. The Gardner is closed in the westbound direction for a stretch as well. And we have construction. This report brought to you by Aero Furniture. We'll start on the Toronto-bound QEW. If you're trying to get into the city, as you approach the Burlington Skyway, 2 left lanes are blocked for construction. It's very slow. And then once you get onto the eastbound Gardner, backed up from approaching Parkville and through the Jameson ramp, it's very, very slow right now. We did have a problem approaching the Jameson ramp, but it's cleared away, but things got worse. Eastbound Gardner ramp to eastbound Lakeshore Parklands closed for active TO, and active TO also has eastbound Lakeshore blocked from Windermere to Stadium Road, so that's not helping. Let's take a look at the northbound 410. They've shut down the express lanes from the 401 to Courtney Park, so it's backed up onto the 403 as you approach the 410. We have construction on the westbound 401 through Kennedy and the collectors. The left lane's blocked. If you don't want to go through this construction zone, you can transfer into the express as you approach McCowan. We also have on the South DVP delays still in between the Richmond ramp and Lakeshore ramp, and that's because the westbound Gardner is closed DVP to Young Bay York. Don't miss Aero Furniture's sensational summer sale. Support Canadian manufacturers and distributors and don't pay until 2022. Conditions apply. Visit aerofurniture.com. Your next report is at 10:31, and with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Our average low this time of year is about 15 degrees, and we won't even make it out of the 20s tonight. And at least, though, we'll see clear skies. And then tomorrow, we're going to start out with some pretty nice weather. It'll be mostly sunny in the morning, but by the latter half of the afternoon and into the evening, we'll see increasing cloud cover and a slight chance for some rain showers. It'll continue to be warm, though. The humidex tomorrow afternoon will be close to the low 40s. Air temperature will be in the mid-30s, and we'll bottom out tomorrow night around 20 degrees. For Monday, we'll continue to see a slight chance for some rain showers, up to 20 millimeters possible, and a high temperature of 30 degrees. And then for Tuesday, mostly clear with a high of 27 degrees. Our overnight low tonight is 20 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds, 25 degrees, and over Pearson Airport, cloudy and 24. Remember, 680 News is the only radio station with a weather guarantee. Today's jackpot stands at $7,100. Coming up at 10:30, we'll have a complete rundown of the first annual Walk for Justice in the name of Regis Kretinsky-Paquette and the details of the 4 suspects involved in last night's carjacking, child abduction, and robbery in Mississauga. 680 News Time 10:23.
Right now,
stop what you're doing. Superfan is having a Super Saturday and Super Sunday sale on the biggest new car inventory in Canada. 0% financing on all models. Over UAC. Invoice pricing for frontline workers.
Oh,
Your
Mortal.
last chance for our no payments for 6 months offer.
What
I'm
about
giving away
Immortal?
giant 55-inch TVs free with every new car purchase in store.
Oh, that's
Looking for
not
Hyundai?
good enough. We
I'm
need a
your guy.
56-inch
Visit
TV.
NoBudgetHyundai.com.
When you need to know.
Breaking news.
The number of confirmed infections per day in the U.S. soaring to an all-time high of more than 50,000. Traffic. That is
You're not supposed to use a soundbite from the in your commercial.
because of single-lane construction. It's going to get hot. That heat will build.
When you need to know.
We're here.
This is 680
We're
News.
gonna drive. We're gonna like rejuvenate while I'm
This portion of the news brought to you by SearchKings.ca. Fans of this long-running British soap opera are about to get a taste of reality.
You're supposed to crucify me twice. Wow, fuck you too.
Entirely post-lockdown. The show shut down production in Manchester on March 23rd for nearly 3 months due to the pandemic, but they had a stockpile of already filmed episodes to keep fans satisfied. The first 2 episodes airs on August 17th. You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. Coming up in just 60 seconds, our weekend business report. 680 News time, 10:25.
5-star Google reviews are the best reviews any company can get. This
No,
drum
you
beat
get 7
represents one.
stars.
Many companies have some. And this is how many Search Kings has. Search Kings has hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. No wonder Google hand-selected Search Kings as a Google Premier Partner. And they're Canadian. You want to stand out where your customers are online? Switch to Search Kings. Standard Intelligent Blind Spot Warning? Need it. Available Apple CarPlay? Want it. With the radically redesigned Nissan Sentra, you don't have to compromise. You can have it all. And now, during the Rediscover the Road sales event, lease the 2020 Nissan Sentra from $279 a month. Need it? Want it? Get it today. Visit choosenissan.ca or your Nissan dealer. 0 down, 1.5% for 39 months. Conditions apply.
680 News time, 10:26. Now time for the 680 Weekend Business Report.
I'm Richard Southern. Tim Hortons, trying perhaps to boost morning sales, what with fewer people going out to work, is launching a new breakfast sandwich. It features new bacon, a new English muffin, and soon it's going to launch as well Tim Hortons' new glaze for its donuts. Hope Pagazzi is the Chief Marketing Officer at Timmy's.
From a breakfast sandwich perspective, it's really looking at clean label. Everything we're doing across the company is about trying to get to 100% clean label, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We also have done some work with our restaurant teams on some of the toaster calibration to make sure that the settings, regardless of the different kind of toaster we might have in our kitchens, give the perfect toast.
So what's the deal with this new donut glaze? Is it going to taste different?
It won't look different, but the taste should be just, a little bit more of those notes of like the honey and the vanilla. I think you'll be able to notice that coming through more in the taste.
Is this Tim Hortons trying to emulate McDonald's breakfast in a way?
No, I don't think there's anything about that. I think it's just more trying to raise the quality of our own product.
So Hope, is all of this really about trying to bring people back in the morning?
This work has been in progress for, upwards of a year.
Certainly,
the
you're in the service industry. The people you buy stuff from that you
Canada's favorite cup of coffee. We need to have a breakfast product that keeps up that same high standard so that people can pair with their coffee in the morning. They have the right breakfast product to go with it. So of course it's intended to kind of spur that recovery and that guest to come back in the morning.
Tim Hortons also telling me they have a revamped in the works as well. The company is facing more competition than ever. In recent weeks, McDonald's Canada launched a line of donuts. That was Hope Pagazzi, Chief Marketing Officer at Tim Hortons. And here at the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Make the most of what comes next with a bank account that gives you more. With the Scotiabank Ultimate Package, you can get a boost to your savings, unlimited Interac e-transfer transactions, and a $300 welcome bonus. So make the most of what comes next with the Scotiabank Ultimate Package. For a limited time, conditions apply. Visit scotiabank.com/ultimate300. Scotiabank.
Local news, weather, and traffic as it happens.
680 News. There's a new online grocery delivery service. It's Voila by Sobeys. Fresh lettuce.
Voila.
Juicy peaches.
Voila.
Packed safely by robots, delivered by teammates. From a warehouse, not a store, with the food you actually ordered, no letdowns. To your door in 1 hour delivery windows.
Voila.
Try it online at voila.ca. It's fresh, it's reliable. It's Voila by Sobeys. Your groceries delivered just like that. See website for details.
Right now in Mississauga, partly cloudy, 28 degrees and over, and downtown Toronto, cloudy and 25. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day and always be in the know. The news watching never stops. 680 News time, it's 10:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Good evening. It's a Saturday, July 25th. I'm Christy Ritchie.
And I'm Eden Tababa. Here's what's making news this hour.
Hundreds attended a memorial and walk for justice in the name of Regis Korchinski-Paquette, the 29-year-old Afro-Indigenous woman who died following an interaction with police.
Peel Police asking for the public's help finding the last 2 suspects wanted after they stole a pickup truck with an 8-year-old girl inside last night. Their photos are on our website.
The host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Regis Philbin, dies at the age of 88.
And Canadian actor Ryan Reynolds offers a cash reward for the return of a stolen teddy bear.
Tampa Bay evens up their series with the Blue Jays, while it's a jam-packed leaderboard at the 3M Open in Minneapolis. Sports 45.
And coming up in business, everybody knows the economy is taking a hit. We'll get the perspective from BMO on just how bad it's going to get.
Message. I want you to remember forever. The miss on the mirror.
Time for traffic and weather together on the phone. Here's Greg Gear.
This report is brought to you by Roto-Rooter Emergency Services. So let's talk about the construction problems. They have blocked some lanes and we are seeing delays. So Toronto-bound QEW, as you approach the Burlington Skyway, you have 2 left lanes blocked off. It's pretty solid from approaching Eastport. It's not a good drive. The worst news is eastbound Gardner is really solid as well, from East of Park Lawn to the Jameson ramp. This is partly because of active TO that's ongoing for the next half hour or so. Eastbound Gardner ramp to eastbound Lakeshore Park Lawn is closed, and the eastbound Lakeshore itself is blocked from Windermere to Stadium Road. Again, it should reopen in the next half hour. Northbound 410 from the 401 to Cordy Park, they've shut the express lanes down, so it's a little bit of a delay as you get into the collectors off of the 403. We have construction on the southbound DVP. So it's actually on the Gardner. The Gardner is closed westbound from the DVP to Young Bay York, and that'll reopen at midnight. So the southbound DVP, we're seeing delays from about Gerrard now to the Lakeshore ramp. The Lakeshore ramp is your only ramp if you go by Richmond. So if you don't need these 2, maybe take Baby Bloor or the Richmond ramp and avoid these delays at the bottom of the southbound DVP. Westbound 401 construction still up there through Kennedy and the collectors. The left lane's blocked. If you don't need to go through this construction stretch, you can transfer to the express approaching McCowan. With Roto-Rooter's new contact-free service, there's no need to delay calling for help with your basement drain or water cleanup problem. Call 1-800-GET-ROTO or visit rotorooter.com. Your next report is at 10:41, and with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
We'll continue to see mostly clear skies throughout the evening, and overnight we're going to dip down into the 20s, and we'll continue to see clear skies. A pretty nice night for doing a little bit of stargazing. It's 20 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, few clouds, 24 degrees, and over at Pearson Airport, cloudy at 24 as well. 680 News time, 10:33.
Her death sparked a local outcry for police accountability and against systemic racism. Family and friends gathered at High Park today to remember 29-year-old Regis Korchinski-Paquette.
680's Michelle Mackey reports on the first annual Walk for Justice.
Hundreds took part in the public memorial and walk to honor the life of Regis Korchinski-Paquette. Regis's family arriving to the ceremony alongside a horse-drawn carriage carrying the 29-year-old Afro-Indigenous woman's body.
They said that in life, we die two deaths. The first, when our body perishes, and the second, when someone says our name for the last time. I'm grateful that we have so many people here who continue to say justice.
The memorial outside 100 Hyde Park Avenue marks the spot where Regis died after falling from a 24th floor balcony following a police interaction in May.
We are here in the spirit of justice.
Justice Regis's family says they have not received, as the SIU, Ontario's police watchdog, is still investigating the case. In Hyde Park, I'm Michelle Mackey.
Peel Regional Police are seeking the public's help in locating suspects believed to have been involved in a robbery spree, a carjacking, and a shooting in Mississauga last night. They're accused of robbing a variety of banks and pharmacies throughout the GTA over the past week as well. Peel Police located 4 suspects near Burnhamthorpe Road and Confederation Parkway. They started shooting at police before escaping in a stolen car with an 8-year-old girl inside. Zachariah and Rizwan Dalmar were arrested and charged with a variety of offenses. Meantime, 2 suspects remain missing. You can see their pictures on our website.
680 News Time 10:35. Regis Philbin has died at the age of 88.